Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? And we're here with the Alcatel One X. Now, the version that I'm using right here is actually the Android Go edition, and it has a lot of applications inside of this Android Oreo edition that are the Go editions, where you're able to cater the amount of data you're actually using. And they're also incredibly light editions of those same apps. But before we get there, we're just taking a look at the phone, and we have this small 5.3-inch display that is an 18:9 aspect ratio, the full view display. However, it does have 960 by 480 resolution, so it's definitely a budget-oriented phone. Kind of speaking to that more budget mindset, you do have a micro USB port on the bottom, but there is a headphone jack still, so obviously a lot of the basics are going to be covered here. The specifications show 16 gigabytes of onboard storage and only 1 gigabyte of RAM, but since this is a Go version of Android, I do have to give it some props for still feeling pretty smooth, but of course, that is because of the optimizations made for just 1 gigabyte of RAM. It's running the MediaTek 6739 processor here, but it does have Android Oreo, like I said. After all, this is the latest version of Android Go at Android 8.1. There is no fingerprint sensor on here, however, the Alcatel One X does use Face Key, which is something that you've seen in all of the other devices. Make sure you check out those videos as well here on the channel. And finally, with the cameras, depending on the version that you get of the One X, you can have an 8 megapixel or 13 megapixel camera. And on the front-facing camera, it's a 5 megapixel shooter. There aren't too many things that are really special about the camera, but it is nice that it has that kind of power, but it also comes with it the social mode that allows for photo booth-like photos and also collages. We don't really have a whole lot of connectivity on this phone, but it's easy to see already inside of the app drawer that there are a bunch of Go versions of apps, Maps Go, Google Go, and even YouTube Go, all of which are going to tell you how much data they are using, and you're able to cater what that usage is like. And it's also a very lightweight version of these, so even with 1 gigabyte of RAM, you'll still be able to enjoy YouTube content. You're just going to have to cater it to the kind of performance that this phone provides. Obviously, the Alcatel One X is more budget-minded, so anybody out there who's looking to really save some money on a phone or just needs something very bare bones in order to do basic things on Android will want to look to the One X with all of these Go apps so they can still enjoy the Android ecosystem without having to spend an arm and a leg. And that was the Alcatel One X, this Android Go edition that I was using in this video. Let us know what you think about Android Go and what it looks like on this particular device, and let us know how you feel about this and all of the different Alcatel phones that we looked at while we were here in Barcelona at MWC. Keep it tuned to Android Authority, and don't forget to head on over to AndroidAuthority.com for all of the best coverage from Barcelona, Spain, because we are your source for all things Android.